Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Glad you could join me here today as always. And it's a beautiful, somewhat cloudy spring morning in St. Louis, Missouri today. Hope it's wonderful wherever you are in the world. And today is a continuation of the series of The Power is Within. Number 8. We are on location 168 in the ebook, Kindle. And we will continue with, I know I spend a lot of time talking about the problem. Well, first you have to know there's a problem, or we could call it a challenge. It's better actually to say a challenge or a situation. The word problem indicates something maybe that you are going to struggle to deal with. Situation or challenge is something you can rise to. Something that doesn't seem so daunting, for lack of a better way to say it. A situation can be dealt with. A problem sometimes denotes something that is stressful. That's where a challenge may be something stressful, but a stress that you rise to meet or actually look forward to instead of something you dread as a problem. You may dread a problem that continues to exist in your life, as well. A challenge is something you would be excited about facing and overcoming. Just a different way to look at the word and wording of things that you look at. Your perception of anything is what makes it. Nothing has meaning in itself except the meaning that you give to it, the significance that you give to it. Before we continue, smash that like button and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you know when I have a video coming out. But I have a video out every day, 7 days a week, unless I miss one. I mean, I make a video every day, but sometimes I schedule wrong. But I think I have them right now. Let's go. Let's see what we have to say here in the book. But there is a reason for that, talking about the problem. Because there is a problem. The problem is you and me. It isn't the outer world. That's just a result, the manifestation of what we already are on the inside. Your world is a reflection of what's going on in here. When I say in here, I don't necessarily mean right here. I mean within you, within your consciousness, within your being, within your energy field, if you like. We can only change ourselves. Everyone wants to change the world. But like Gandhi said, if you want to change the world, begin changing yourself. Change yourself first, and then miraculously your world will change. I know that sounds like foolishness to some people, but it's true. Try it. Don't believe me, try it and see what happens. And the world will magically change on its own, as I said. That's what Gandhi meant when he said, be the change you want to see in the world. That's verbatim. Better than what I said before, okay? I forget. I have a hard time remembering all these wonderful sayings verbatim. Many people fight for peace, but we will never see peace in the world until we first have it within ourselves. The great mystics, Jesus, Muhammad, Buddha, Krishna, all knew and taught this. Peace on the inside creates peace on the outside. That internal change will only happen when you start pursuing a life of purpose rather than a life of simply existing or one of stimulation. No Lamborghini will provide fulfillment for you. No external stimulation of any kind can provide that. Nothing you build, have an unhappy child outside. It's not mine. Nothing you build, buy, or find will ever complete you because you are already complete. You are enough. Now you may want to be better at a certain thing, or you may want to be better looking, are better at something, but that won't satisfy you. You're enough right now. And when you are enough right now, whatever you change on the outside will just be like icing on the cake, let's say. Because you are already complete, you just have to realize it. That's fairly simple to do, but it isn't easy. Let's begin. Chapter 3, Working in Memory. If you're going to change something within yourself, you aren't going to do it by looking at the world around you. The sky, the ocean, the dirt, the leaves, the buildings, the roads, the people. You will never find change from them. They are already perfect, just like you, and most of them don't understand it, just like you. So if you're going to make that internal change, you are going to have to look within. I know that sucks. You don't want to do it. No one does. I sure as hell didn't. And if you simply can't do that, if you can't allow yourself to look within, that's okay. Go ahead and close this book up. It's not going to be of any help to you. I'm not kidding. Stop right here and take as long as you need to. If you decide you simply can't evaluate yourself, if you can't look yourself in the mirror and be still and say, hey, self, let's do this together, then you should just give this book to someone else who can. That may sound harsh, but I just don't want to waste your time. Really, as long as you try to change the outside world, thinking that's going to change you or make you happy or make things better, it's like looking into the mirror and trying to adjust your tie or your hair by touching the glass. It's the same principle. Okay, still with me? Awesome, because every question you have ever had about growth and fulfillment lies within you. Welcome to your future. Now, what do I mean by looking within? I mean that everything that has ever happened to you is something that you have actually created for yourself. Either knowingly or unknowingly, you have been the cause of every success, every failure, every leap forward, and every giant step backward. You create these things for yourself because of all the things that you have allowed to affect who you are, the memories you carry with you. Think back to your very first memory. Really, go back all the way back. Mine is from when I was 2.5 years old. I can see it so clearly. I'm standing in front of the TV watching the sad and terrified faces of news anchors, not knowing who they were or the fact that they were reporting on the gunshot death of President Kennedy. It happened early that afternoon, but what I remember more than the images on the TV was the fact that my mother seemed not to even see them. Though she was standing there staring at them, she was unaffected. It was a time in our life when things were hard, and she had to be even harder to deal with them. That was most of my life at home as a child. That taught me that I was supposed to be hard. Now, a lot of people say, what about these babies that are born defective or born with terminal diseases or kids that get cancer at 5 or 6 years old? You don't know what their purpose is here on this earth. You don't know what vision, what they had, why they came here. And when I'm talking about everything happens to you, everything is brought into your life, I believe you choose your parents. No matter how terrible you think they are, I believe you chose your parents to come here to learn, to grow, to experience. Now you say, I never would have chose my parents. But you don't know the purpose, the big picture. Consciously you don't know it, but your inner being, your higher self, God, whatever you like, knows. And it planned this all out so you could have exactly what you wanted to have with your experience on this earth. I know that sounds far-fetched and hard to believe, but some of the other ideas that people have about religions and heaven and hell, those are somewhat hard to believe and far-fetched, in my opinion. But believe as you like. This is just what I believe, what I've learned, what I've studied, what's come to be my truth for me. Your truth may be different, but keep an open mind. Contempt before investigation keeps a man in everlasting ignorance. Herbert Spencer, I think that's his quote. So keep an open mind. Whenever you find yourself immediately rejecting something someone says, that is something you really need to keep an open mind about. What does it hurt to just ponder the fact that something you've heard or read could be true? Now, I'm not telling you to believe everything that you hear, read, see. No, that would be somewhat, I don't want to say ignorant, but naive. How about that? But what is true for you may not be true for someone else. Everyone sort of creates their own truth. They see what they want to see. How is it we don't see what we believe? We don't believe what we see what we believe. Your beliefs will be reinforced because you will only see what you believe. And all else will be like blotted out, like it won't even be there. You won't even see it. If you don't believe there's opportunity here, you will never see the opportunities. They could come right up and get in your face and you won't see them. But other people from other countries die to get here every day because they see this as such a land of opportunity. But many people who live here, educated younger people, maybe some older people too, see this as a place where there's just no opportunity to have anything. Now, what is that? Are they both wrong? Are they both right? They're both right because they both see what they believe. They don't see reality as it is, but then again, yes, they do, because they create the reality by what they believe, and then they only see that. So, of course, for them, it's true, whichever way you look at it. This is a land of opportunity, or this is a land of no opportunity. Both are truth, depending on what perception or perspective you're looking at it from. Through your eyes, through your filters, you see what you believe. Think about that. Okay, that's all we got time for today. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.